Hello dears, this is my educational video on education and training in general and specific to employee training programs in focus. So as you can see from my profile, I've already authored a book named Curriculum Design Development in Vocation Education Training. And also I can say I've been working as a training and development as a training and development specialist. I've been working as consultant, and also I can say I'm a researcher as well. And also I'm a trainer. So in case you want some help from me, my email is there. And also I have a YouTube channel, as you can see. My YouTube channel is named as Yadesa Tolosa Tube. This is almost one of the many or the several educational videos I have already uploaded. So you can name this one Employee Training Programs in Focus. That is the way you can identify this one from others. So please don't forget to subscribe if you are new. And also, don't forget to share for others. And also, please, come on with your valuable comments in getting into the comment of YouTube channel part. I can say this, having said this, now let me move to presenting what I've already prepared for you, entitled Employee Training Programs in Focus. Will stay. In this one, we focus much on employee training. Of course, employee training can be also named as workplace learning, even though they have slight difference. Now, when we see to employee training, there are different types of them. Among these types are formal and informal training programs. So under formal and informal training programs, there are different types of training programs, such as non-formal pre-employment training programs, in-service training programs, workplace training programs, on-the-job training programs, off-the-job training programs. So we are going to see their differences and similarities and their features and meanings in this video. In fact, when you say employee training, we can name it also workplace learning. Anyways, there is no single definition for workplace learning or employee training as such. Workplace learning and employee training have been defined differently by a variety of experts and training planners and organizations. Consequently, the goals, missions, and visions of the institutions and organizations that provide the training can serve as the foundation for the definitions of workplace learning and employee training. That is, the definition is influenced, among other things, said by training programs, the training program's advantage, and the training institution's aim, the training institution's mission, the training institution's vision. So, in order to make my presentation so easier, I will use the term employee training by excluding the workplace learning for the time being. So I can say employee training is the means whereby employees are let known about their workplace environment, their duties and responsibilities, and it is a means of scaffolding how a work can improve their performance. So employee training centrally focuses on development of knowledge, skills, work ethics or professional ethics, and the values that would help them enable to perform their tasks on the expected standard or required standards. So the main goal of employee training is to help staff members acquire the knowledge, abilities, work ethics, and the values necessary to carry out their jobs to the required standards. So employee training, taken as a whole, can be defined as a system of training whereby workers solve problems, talk about how to improve their work, share information with one another, and teach new workers the information, skills, and knowledge that more seasoned workers have to offer. So the techniques and approach for employee training include, but are not limited to, research, conferences, seminars, employee empowerment, and capacity building programs, consulting service, and conferences, among many others. Now, when we talk about employee training, we can classify it into two categories, main categories, say pre-employment employee training and post-employment, or we can say it in service training, employee training, we can say. So we'll see each of them one by one. Now, let's begin with pre-employment training programs. Pre-employment training programs. As its name indicates, when you talk about pre-employment training, we can say it is a training program aimed to lead job seekers and job creators to engage to various occupations and job fields. When you talk about job seekers and job creators, we can categorize them into different ways. Job seeker, there are job, or say, maybe wage employment or self-employment. We can classify that into two, because some people or individuals want to be employed by other people or organizations. Some other people, after taking training, they want to create their own job. That's what we call it self-employment. So the purpose may be for this. In whatever is the case, in this training program, that means in pre-employment training program, as the trainees are expected or the learners are expected to be fully or partially fresh for their field, unlike as in service training programs, in which filling the competency gaps in the main objectives, the content of the training is to keep the participants with the necessary knowledge, skills, and attitudes required to perform their tasks, at least to the minimum standard that the job calls for. Therefore, pre-employment training is a kind of instruction designed to introduce job seekers and creators to a range of professionals and fields. So, in contrast to service training programs, where the primary goal is to fill incompetency gaps, these programs, trainers are expected to be either fully or partially new to the field. Therefore, the training's curricula aims to provide participants with the knowledge, skills, and attitudes they need to perform their jobs to the minimal standard required by their job. Another type of training program, specifically from employment training point of view, is in service training programs. It is a type of training program where the primary goal is to fill in competency gaps. Competency, when you say skills, knowledge, and attitude gaps of those already employed workers. Now we move to formal pre-employment training programs. We have already mentioned that there are two types of employment training programs. That is the formal one and the informal one. This one is the formal one that we are going to see. Formal or regular pre-employment programs, what does it mean? They are widely implemented in technical and vocational education training institutes in particular, and thus often known by designation of CBET. The aim of this type of training programs is to equip the trainee with knowledge, skills, and attitudes required want to be ready for employment as well as for job creation. So, as a result, it is anticipated that curricula will include common and supportive course that helps the trainees become fully equipped and capable in the workplace. When we talk about common courses, for instance, communication skill, a kind of mathematics or a kind of calculations that help them to work, a kind of, for instance, for a woodworker or a carpenter, maybe, let us say, maybe drawing. Technical drawing is vital. Such kind of common and supportive courses are very important. So In order to do so, there should be a kind of national occupational standard and the training standard to be developed. And also there should be curricula, training materials, and other essential inputs like policies, strategies, guidelines, and guides that support the training process that are also required for this specific program. Now, let's move to non-formal pre-employment training programs. We have discussed already about formal pre-employment training programs, but now we come to non-formal pre-employment training programs. These pre-employment training programs, what does it mean? Non-formal pre-employment training programs are the type of programs that mainly underlies the need and interest of the employer organizations, and thus the time allotment and the contents of the programs mostly shorter and more flexible and less complicated than those of the regular formal training provision. In fact, in spite of the fact that this type of training might often not lead to recognition, the benefit of the training might be tremendous or profound if the training is well organized and could address the need of the training. That's all about formal and informal training programs that are presented to you by focusing on employee training. In the next video, we are going to see about in-service training programs and other related issues. Till then, I would like to say bye-bye.